In a shocking twist, Mercedes has humiliated Lewis Hamilton by refusing to let him test drive for Ferrari. Fans are buzzing with disbelief as the seven-time champion faces this unexpected hurdle at the end of his long career with Mercedes. What does this mean for Hamilton's future in F1? As Formula One gears up for the next season, tyre testing is underway with cars hitting the track at Mugello today, including the Ferraris and Red Bulls. They are experimenting with different tyre compounds, some of which are intended for future seasons. According to reports, softer compounds like the C4, C5, and even a new C6 are being tested. These compounds are expected to be introduced during the Mexican Grand Prix, and there's growing speculation from Formula One directors and the FIA about their potential impact. Maybe if we had slightly softer tyres on average, it would mean more two-stop races, which could lead to more entertaining races, some experts suggest. Softer tyres might indeed force teams into taking more pit stops, creating more dynamic strategies and unpredictable outcomes. However, making tyres softer isn't without its challenges. As one team principal pointed out, if you make the tyres softer, teams and drivers might just save the tyres more. In Formula One, tyre saving is a critical strategy where drivers aim to extend the lifespan of their tyres rather than going flat out and risking an extra pit stop. While softer tyres could create more pit stops, the reality is that teams often find it faster to conserve their tyres and make fewer stops. But there's a limit to how much tyre saving can help. Also, if the tyres fall apart within one lap, there's only so much tyre saving you can do. At the Mexican Grand Prix, a 90-minute free practice session, FP2, will be dedicated to testing several soft tyres, including the new C6 compound, as teams prepare for 2025. Just like last year in Mexico, prototype tyres will be used for gathering on-track data, said a team official. Teams will have to be cautious though. Testing prototype tyres can sometimes affect their setup and upgrades for the race weekend. The physics behind tyre interaction with the tarmac is unimaginably complicated even with the best data. Understanding how these tyres work is still considered a dark art in Formula One. Teams like Mercedes and Ferrari often struggle to fully understand why their cars behave the way they do on certain compounds, and the constant fluctuation in tyre performance plays a major role. For teams in the upper midfield, tyre behaviour can drastically affect their race performance. They think the tyres are partly responsible for their fluctuating results, and this makes the upcoming test crucial for gathering valuable data as teams try to understand the impact of these new compounds on their cars. But, as always, caution is key. If a team brings upgrades to Mexico and runs them on prototype tyres, any impressive performance they see might not translate to regular race compound. So does that mean those upgrades are going to work well when we put this year's compounds back on? Not necessarily. The engineers have a tough job of interpreting the data and making conclusions, but that's what Formula One is all about, pushing the limits of technology and strategy. Turning to driver news, the future of Sergio Perez at Red Bull remains a hot topic. Many have speculated about his departure, yet he continues to hold on to his seat. At this point, I'm kind of expecting him to stay forever, joked one F1 journalist, noting that despite several near exits, Perez's financial backing and consistent support seem to secure his place. However, it's also true that Perez has had his share of costly crashes this season. Some sources estimate that his accidents have cost Red Bull up to $1.5 million, with incidents like the Monaco collision with Kevin Magnussen and his crash in Baku adding to the tally. Not all of these were Perez's fault, an insider noted, but some could have been avoided. The financial toll on teams. It's not just Red Bull feeling the financial strain. Williams, a team with a much smaller budget, has had to spend significant amounts on crash repairs for their drivers. The cost of repairing crash damage can weigh heavily on teams, especially those with limited resources. Williams has had an interesting season so far. While they have made some progress on the track, their financial struggles are still holding them back. Williams couldn't bring the upgrades they wanted this season, and despite performing better than expected, the team is still burning through cash. The support from Doralton Capital has kept them afloat, but they need to improve their competitiveness soon. Logan Sargent's crash damage alone amounted to $3 million this season, while Sergio Perez's total was around $1.5 million. Perez is almost certain to win the Destructors' Championship due to the high costs of repairs, but the other drivers such as Yuki Tsunoda and Kevin Magnussen haven't been as costly to their teams. Red Bull Racing has had a complicated year with its drivers, especially Sergio Perez. Team advisor Helmut Marko hasn't hidden his frustrations with Perez, often making public statements. Marko's comments create confusion, as team principal Christian Horner often downplays or clarifies Marko's remarks, making it hard to gauge the real situation. Marko has stated that the remaining races will serve as an evaluation period, not just for Perez, but also for other drivers like Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson. "We have 6 rounds to see if Lawson is faster than Yuki," Marko said, making it clear that Red Bull is considering its options for the future. If Lawson outperforms Tsunoda, it could complicate Red Bull's decision about their 2024 driver lineup. Marko likes Yuki, but the question remains whether Yuki's improvements will be enough to secure his spot at AlphaTauri or even be considered for a Red Bull seat. Moreover, as per some insiders, Red Bull is firmly focusing on nurturing young talent, with Marko saying youth is the trend again. With an eye on drivers like Isaac Hadjar and Franco Colapinto, Red Bull aims to develop its junior program further. Marko mentioned, if Lawson excels and Perez is dropped, there's potential for a junior driver to step into a seat alongside Verstappen, in line with the vision of late founder Dietrich Mateschitz. Meanwhile, Sergio Perez's future remains uncertain due to costly crashes and inconsistent performances this season. Red Bull's 2024 driver lineup could see new faces if drivers like Lawson or Tsunoda prove themselves. Alonso and Hamilton also pointed out that current F1 car designs challenge drivers to find the right balance between performance and control. Speculation around Hamilton's move to Ferrari. One of the hottest topics this season has been the speculation surrounding Hamilton's potential move to Ferrari for 2025. The prospect of Hamilton driving a Ferrari has excited fans and fueled plenty of speculation. There were even rumors that Hamilton might be spotted behind the wheel of a Ferrari at the post-season test in Abu Dhabi. However, as Andrew Benson from the BBC reports, there is zero chance of this happening. Mercedes has Hamilton under contract until the end of the year, meaning that even after the season concludes in Abu Dhabi, there's still work to be done. Mercedes and Hamilton are expected to engage in promotional activities, and it seems they want to give their long-term partnership the proper send-off it deserves after 18 years together. While it would have been a sensational moment to see Hamilton in a red Ferrari before the start of 2025, it appears that Mercedes is standing firm. Fans, however, continue to speculate and hope for the iconic image of Hamilton in Ferrari red. Mercedes has had an up-and-down season, with pace inconsistencies that have baffled both fans and the team itself. Toto Wolff recently admitted that it's difficult to compute why the team is struggling so much at times. This was particularly evident in Russell's performance, where he often questioned the quality of the tyres and their role in the team's unpredictable race pace. Both Russell and Hamilton have shared frustrations, but it's clear that tyre performance remains one of the team's biggest challenges. Whether the issue is with the Pirelli compounds themselves or how they interact with Mercedes' car design, solving it will be crucial for any championship aspirations in the near future. When Sebastian Vettel retired, Alonso wasted no time taking up the vacant seat at Aston Martin, eager for a fresh start and a new challenge. From the moment he drove an Aston Martin car during post-race testing in Abu Dhabi, it was clear that Alonso had his sights set on something special. He openly acknowledged that winning a third world title was his primary goal, and his performances this season have been a testament to that determination. Despite the challenges, Aston Martin has made impressive strides this season, and Alonso's relentless pursuit of success keeps the team motivated. His experience and wisdom have been crucial in helping Aston Martin evolve into a serious contender, and it's clear that Alonso is far from finished when it comes to winning. Hamilton's career has been inextricably linked to Mercedes, and as his time with the team draws to a close, there's been plenty of reflection on their legacy together. From his early days at McLaren, powered by Mercedes engines, to his historic run of championships, Hamilton's relationship with the Silver Arrows is one of the most successful partnerships in the sport's history. Even though there have been rumours of discord within the team, especially this season with suggestions of Russell being favoured, Hamilton's achievements with Mercedes are undeniable. From breaking records to dominating the hybrid era, he's cemented his place in F1 history. However, with Ferrari looming on the horizon, the end of this partnership feels bittersweet, even though the transition to Ferrari is eagerly anticipated. So what do you think of the humiliation to Hamilton by Mercedes by refusing him a test drive? Comment below your views and subscribe for more such videos.